Make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get 1 free share of NEO guaranteed and up to 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get some free money. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So check it out, guys. Currently about 12:45 p.m. on the East Coast. We're pretty much in the middle of the day right now, and we have the S&P 500 up 0.8%, Nasdaq's up 1.5%, Russell's up 0.5%, and we have the Dow up 0.6%, VIX down 1.2%, and the metals, let's see here, metals, gold is down 0.5%, silver's down 1.7%. So pretty nice day all across the board. VIX is down, metals are down. That means fear, volatility. They're moving down a bit, which is always good. And we have the equities up, main indexes, again, the 4 main ones here in the U.S. All of those are crushing it right now. And if we take a look at SPY, which you guys know, it's been slowly creeping back up over the moving averages, you guys will notice today it broke above 448. It's currently right around 448, but earlier in the day, it was at, let's see here, almost 450. So that's a clear-cut break. Now we're seeing a bit of a head and shoulders on the intraday chart, which it seems like it already completed. Maybe we do see more selling if it gets under, let's say, 447.30. That's a big spot on the bottom side here, support level on the intraday. If we do break that, we might see more selling based on this head and shoulders I'm seeing, but overall, it looks like we're trying to push back up. Overall, we're up 0.9% on the day, and since about 12:30, about 15 minutes ago, we have been making higher lows. So let's see if this breakout, not even a breakout, but let's see if overall this heavy green that we've seen today, let's see if it continues throughout the day. And you know, we do have about 3 hours left, and if you want to see my next video, which we will break down what happened in the latter half of the day, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you guys don't miss any content. So SPY is looking good. We took out 448, which is fantastic. We got almost to 450, and you guys know the next gap to fill is about 458, so we are trending in the right direction here. When it comes to triple Q, let's break that down. You guys know this is the tech-heavy ETF. It tracks, well, this triple Q ETF tracks the tech-heavy index, which is the NASDAQ 100. You guys can see this broke out of 350 today and 355. This is great. Well, I guess it didn't fully break out of 355, but we're fighting with it, wrestling 355 right now as this ETF, which again tracks the NASDAQ 100, it is up 1.6% right now. So 355 to 356 roughly, that was resistance middle of February. So it's good that we're showing momentum out of that, or at least we're starting to, because the next level this could go to is 368 to 370, and I'm telling you, if things heat up, that could happen in a couple of days, no problem. So watch out for triple Q at those key levels. And without further ado, now that we broke down the markets, let's talk about some stocks. You all saw the title, 5 stocks to buy now. And by the way, guys, when I say 5 stocks to buy now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to go buy these stocks. I'm not telling you to go do anything with any stock. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. It's just a YouTube title, right? At the end of the day, it's just a YouTube title. You got to take it with a bit of a grain of salt, right? Just putting that out there. I know most of you guys know that, but some people get mad at me in the comments sometimes, and I made a whole video about this a few weeks back. We're not going to get into it, but just understand, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what stocks to buy, when to buy them. We're just breaking down charts that I personally like, and some of these stocks, I personally trade them, right? That's just the reality, and I'm not telling you what to do, all right? So let's talk about these stocks. Number one is Macy's, ticker symbol M. This is up 0.5% today. Earlier in the day, it was up a lot more. Let's see here. It was over 28 bucks. Now we're under 27. So intraday, this thing has fallen down about 4%, 4.1 roughly percent. And overall, what we're noticing, going back to that 4-hour chart, there's a big resistance at 28 to about 28.50. Hence why we hit 28 today, and we're down 4% since that point. So that's been resistance since what? The beginning of this year, pretty much all of 2022. We have failed at 28, 28.50 multiple times, and I believe overall now we're actually showing some strength. We're starting to see some strength to the point where I think there is a good chance we actually break 28.50. Notice how we're trading out of the wedge on the 4-hour chart. We're at a multi-week high. That's number one. We haven't been, towards 28 since the middle towards the end of February. So we're at a multi-week high. We're above the moving averages, which is great. That's bullish. And again, we're breaking out of the wedge. So all we have to do now is break 28.50, and eventually I think it's going to break, whether it's this test, maybe in 2-3 weeks we test it again. I think we're going to break eventually, and at that point, I just put my alert at 28.50. If we break, this could go 32, maybe 33 a share, no problem, which means there is 10, 12, 15% upside, of course, depending on when you get in from where we are now, if it breaks 28.50 to about 33 bucks, right? So watch out for Macy's. Another one, its competitor, JWN, which is Nordstrom, is another one I'm looking at. This is up 1.5%. It's also testing a big resistance here at about 27.80, 28 bucks. We hit that earlier in the day, and now we're selling off. You guys see it's a bit of a trend here. A lot of these stocks hit a high in the beginning of the day, and they've sold off intraday. And not every stock today, but some stocks that I've been looking at, that's been the case so far. So this one's down from 27.60 to 26.70. It's lost about 2.5-3% intraday, nothing crazy whatsoever. And overall, the 5-day, 5-minute chart still looks pretty bullish. We're holding a higher low, which is great, at about 26.80. That's fantastic. So I believe ultimately, if we take out 27.50 on JWN, let's say 28 bucks, I'll put my alert at 28 bucks for the sake of this video and for the sake of this chart here. If we break that point, the ascending triangle plays out. We take out the high from the beginning of March, and there's a wide open gap to 30, 31 bucks a share, which means, let's take a look here. There could be anywhere from 8, 10, 12% upside. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Which chart looks better? Actually, I think Macy's chart looks better than JWM, but what do you think about these? Do you think we can make some money on them? I personally think we could. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to smash that like button if you guys haven't done so already. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. And now let's talk about stock number 3, which is Google. The big boys are crushing it, guys. Some of these stocks look fantastic. Some charts that don't look good before we talk about Google, and the other one here, which is Apple, which both of these charts are starting to look good. Let's talk about Microsoft quickly. This chart does not look that great. It's a head and shoulders. We're not yet breaking out of the neckline, and until we do break out of the neckline, I'm not going to be touching this stock. That's number one. Facebook's chart doesn't look that great. We all know that. Meta platforms, whatever you want to call it. It's up today, but overall the chart does not look good. What else do we have here? Netflix, not looking good. There's no need to even look at this chart. We all know it looks like crap. And am I missing one? Amazon. Amazon's not looking, actually Amazon's starting to reverse, but overall in the grand scheme of things, it's still in an overall downtrend. Look at that trend line I just drew. Can we all agree that is still in a downtrend, right? It still is, guys. But Google is breaking out now. I'm making a bunch of money on paper today on Google, guys, even though it's up only 3%. It's my largest holding in terms of my long-term account, right? So I'm making a lot of money on paper today. Google is also opening up as a decent trade at this point, and we kind of called this out a couple of videos ago when it was trading under 2,700. It completely blew out of the downtrend trend line above the moving averages. This thing is it's taken off now, right? Who knows? We could even go back to 3,000 a share if this relief rally in the overall markets holds, which who the heck knows what's going to happen with Russia, Ukraine, inflation, this, that, the third, the Fed, everything. There's a lot of uncertainty still. Don't get me wrong, guys, but if the overall rally continues, don't be surprised if Google goes 29.50, 3,000 again. Very, very possible. So this one's breaking out. I'd be looking at it as a trade, if it does see a little mini pullback within the overall breakout. And again, you guys know I'm heavy in Google at this point, so I'm already making money on paper as a long-term investment. But who knows? If we do pull back a bit, I might jump in it as a trade and ride the momentum. Another one that I'm looking at is Apple. These charts look pretty good, guys. Apple is above the 180 and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart here. We're testing the wedge right now in real time at about 168, 170. I think if 170 breaks and the overall rally continues, Apple's going to start breaking out again. Whether you guys think it's overvalued or not, in the short term, momentum will not lie. I think this could go from 170. I'm not saying it's going to go straight to all-time highs, but 170 to 175, 177. You guys can see 177 here. That was resistance. Middle of January, February as well, into the middle of February. So that could be where it goes, 170 to 177. And yeah, watch it. Set your alerts. I just put mine at 170. If this overall rally continues, Google, Apple, they're going to crush it in my opinion. And Amazon, Microsoft, they probably will follow suit as well, even though their charts aren't looking as solid in my opinion as Apple and Google quite yet. So the last one before I wrap this video up is Square, ticker symbol SQ. I think we called this out on my Patreon earlier. And same with Macy's, and those have been crushing it today. Well, Macy's was up more earlier in the day, but Square's been crushing it today. It's up about 6%, up over $8 a share. And what we're noticing here is, number one, we took out 130, which was resistance, end of February. That's great. Early March as well. And number two, it looks like the ascending triangle's playing out. We're above the moving averages, and we're getting a golden cross, guys. And it seems like this filled the gap. Well, I didn't fully fill the gap yet, but it's well on its way to filling the gap to 152, which was resistance in the middle of January. That's the big gap that we're in right now. And if we break 152, don't be surprised if this does start making a move towards 170 amidst the crazy market reversal, or the start of a reversal, relief rally, longer relief rally, if you will, that we're starting to see right now. So overall, that's it, guys. Macy's, JWN, Google, Apple, Square. We could talk all day. You guys know the deal, but I got to keep these videos short so we're not rambling at the end of the day, right? We got to keep it at a happy medium. So that's it. If you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and make sure to join my Patreon if you want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, all the things I'm doing in real time I post on Patreon. You also get private Discord access and more access to me throughout the day. If you want to chat throughout the day, that is the best way to do that. Join that Patreon and make sure to get some free money from Moomoo, 1 free share of NEO guaranteed, and up to 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get some free money from Moomoo. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.